Frank. So Frank, how important is social media to you? Let's just talk about that as a salesperson, not even the internet department.
Social media endears all my client base to me. So a lot of people are just posting pictures. I notice, like, I have all these car salesmen all over the country, and everybody keeps friending me. I probably have 6,000-7,000 friend requests just pending. If somebody will request me, and I'll actually just log on to their page, and I'll just see what they're doing. If they're doing something innovative and not just posting about car sales. So it seems to be the trend of a car salesman. They'll take a picture with a customer or just post a car saying, hey, come buy me. All that to me is boring. I don't want to see that in my newsfeed. So you have zero chance in me accepting your friend request. To me, I try to endear my customer base more to me. Like Sean was saying, walking down the street, and they want to talk to me about my newborn baby, Anthony. They want to hear about the Eagles. They know I'm a big Eagles fan, and I'm live streaming from the Eagles game. So, woo, Eagles, let's go! Still the defending Super Bowl champs, and we still got a chance, and we're still going to do it. We're going to beat the Saints this week. So to me, it's more of not just, hey, look what I'm doing at the car dealership. It's more, I want to actually friend these people, right? Because that's what it is. You're actually friending people. So you want them to actually feel like they're your friends, they're your family, they're more endeared to you. So the way I do that is, A, we make sure we get your permission. We'll tag you. I'll friend you as a new client or a new friend, and make sure that we make a big deal about you buying the car. But the goal of that is not to say, hey, what I'm doing. The goal of that is for me to get into your circles, to be able to actually talk to, communicate with the people that are in your circles, and not just somebody starts talking and Frank sold me the car, great, I might be interested in it, and not just like it or comment about it on the actual post, but I'll actually take it to the next step. So I'll like it, I'll comment about it. If I feel comfortable, the conversation is going good on Facebook, just like you would if you were out in a regular setting. You would take it to the next level. You walk up to the person, say, hey, how you doing? I'm Frank Crinite, this is what I do. Talk, ask questions about them. I'll actually send them a message directly. I'll direct message them. Hey, I know you are friends with Kate. I just sold a car too, and just want to introduce myself. I want to, take that first step, not have that person have to take the first step to me. This way, that endears them to me, makes them want to open up, talk about maybe buying a car, or maybe just stuff that I'm doing in the community with everything. But the main goal for me on Facebook is not just to say, hey, here's what I'm doing, but to actually endear more people to me so I can see what they're doing. I actually care about, some of my friends and family and what they're actually doing on social media. That's how you can stay connected with people, and I want people to stay connected with me. So the more that I can grow my circles and community, they're going to see what I'm doing, I'm going to see what they're doing, I'm going to be active in their posts in their community, and that's just going to keep growing and growing and growing. So when somebody thinks about a car, they don't just think, hey, go see Frank, you know what I mean? They say, hey, go see Frank. Frank's, an Eagles fan. Frank's, a family guy. Frank's this. And most of my time spent isn't even talk about selling cars. It's more about, hey, how's your family doing? How's the newborn doing? How's your son doing with Fortnite? My son, he's on it for 4 hours a day. We got to limit that, and so you get to know more people that way. You really have to engage social media as the new, just like showrooms virtual. Everything in life almost is virtual anymore. You don't knock up at the neighbor's door. You send them a message. You see what they're doing. It's kind of the same thing, to me. So you have to take your social skills that you would use out in public and use them in the virtual world. Not just not just like things and not just scroll mindlessly through Facebook. I actually have intention when I'm on Facebook, not just sitting there at my desk just scrolling through everybody's posts on there.
So Frank, step here. So I just got a little late into this. I'm posting through the Millionaire Car Salesman group.
Yep.
So I know you guys heard it, just 30 seconds. Who you are, how many units a month you sell?
Frank Crinite, Piazza, Honda, Springfield, averaging about 100 cars a month right now.
So you sell 100 units a month on the showroom floor?
Correct. And
okay, good. And so what we're doing here, again, we are at the Internet Director Development Workshop, Internet Directors, Dealers, GMs, and we're talking about social media right now. So the question was, again, I just want to reiterate, is that how important is social media? Just like that answer. How important is social media to you?
Social media right now is the pinnacle of keeping your relationships going with your client base. So,
do you personally sell cars from Facebook?
100%.
How many units would you say that you deliver? That you deliver per month off of Facebook alone?
25-30%.
Okay, so you sell 25 to 30 cars a month just yourself from Facebook.
Correct.
Okay, so folks, again. So here's the thing I'm going to say to everybody in here. It might be hard for you to wrap your mind, because it's freaking hard for me to wrap my mind around a human being that's like a cyborg that can sell 100 cars a month. But what's the easier number for me to establish? I believe everything because it's true, but I can turn around and wrap my mind around, hell, if he could get 25 units off of Facebook, why can't I? Right or wrong? 25 is a lot easier than 100. You see what I'm saying? So again, this is what we're here for. So tell us, how much time do you personally spend on your Facebook page yourself, and whether it's whatever you're doing with it?
Now, not a ton of time because everything's rolling.
Okay.
Because once you get that momentum going and you have that.
So who posts for you?
That client, I still post for myself.
You still post for yourself.
Yeah, I still post
but
for
who's like scraping all the comments for you, like qualifying the lead? You?
I'm doing it. Yeah.
Okay, so you are doing all that stuff. How much time a day? Yeah. How much time a day, if you could try to calculate from your phone or whatever, do you spend on social media?
The phone tells you every single week now, so it's probably 3 hours a day, give or take. I mean, that's not all just sitting there. That's 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It probably averages 3 to 4 hours a day.
Okay, so I'm going to turn around and say something, that I don't want to offend anybody because I don't know if it's you guys in here. So how absurd is it to you that dealers block Facebook? There's some dealerships still that block social media from their dealership or for their salespeople.
That's the most counterproductive thing I've ever heard in my life. You want your salespeople. You want to empower your salespeople to brand themselves and be a dealership with.
Well, Frank, you don't understand my salespeople. They're going to turn around, they're going to play like a porn, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, Frank.
Well, then you have to be able to have accountability for that.
Exactly, that's my point. These are answers I hear. I say the same thing, like you're absolutely crazy. You need to have your people on social media. Social media is the number one form of communication. And if you don't empower your salespeople and teach them how to do social media, you can't say, here's Facebook, go figure it out.
But the problem is that a lot of times the managers don't
understand praise Jesus right there you
how
go.
To allocate to their salespeople what they should be doing on Facebook. Hey, go post a video. Well, you can't just go post a video. You have to have some content that people are actually going to listen to or want to see, or they're going to scroll through and it's going to say there's a view, but they actually only seen it for 2 seconds. I want somebody to actually engage one of my posts. So I try to make it inventive, but try to make it fun, and you don't just want to sit here and just spew information or here's a car or whatever it is. It was last year. It was gonna snow. So most people, it snows. They'll get dressed down. They come in and they stare at the snow all day and they don't do anything. Well, I said, well, what's everybody do when it snows? So everybody's always worried about bread, milk, and eggs in this area. So I went on. I sent my lock guy. I said, go help me out. Go buy 6 gallons of milk, a couple dozen loaves of bread, and everything, and I just did a video. I said, listen, anybody who's thinking about buying a car, your kids are home from school today, you're stuck in the house, come on in. I already did all your shopping for you. I went to Acme. We're going to give you your bread, your milk, your eggs. I got so much engagement and so much comments and everything. I would go around the community. I sold 6 cars that day in a snowstorm. Actually, people came in and I literally gave them bread, milk, and eggs, and we took pictures with it. And but everywhere I went for months, everybody remembered that video. You're the guy who was giving away the bread, milk, and eggs. Like, I get that all the time. You're the guy that's on Facebook. I go to the, a local restaurant down the street, and I know most of the people there. But standing outside, waiting to sit at the table, or afterwards, or at least you're the guy on Facebook. And for a month and a half, everybody's like, oh man, you're the guy who was giving away the bread, milk, and eggs. So you want to get your name out there. People don't necessarily need to buy a car for you that second, but you want to keep that image of who you are and what you do out there.
And I'm going to transition on this. And 1 second, I want to transition on this. One of the things that I really just was blown away by this man is Vincent. Can you tell the story about Vincent, what happened? Because, man, I know it's a little bit hard, but I was so impressed with you. And it's not for business. There's a point, but I'm going here. Let me tell the story first, and then I'm going to explain to you what my interpretation was. So I appreciate you doing this. This is important.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. It is important. So I try to get involved in a lot of community stuff, and there's a little kid that's
I know. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be tough,
I
man.
know.
It's gonna be really
but
tough.
It's real though.
He's the same age as my son. He's about 7-8 months, and he was diagnosed with brain cancer. And it's gonna be tough, man.
No,
but we rallied. We started had like a GoFundMe and anything I could do to use my influence as Facebook, to get people to go and actually support this family is what we did. So, Sean reached out to me, sent me an iPad for a raffle we had. Local businesses started sending me stuff, remote car starters, and people just started to drop off all these autographed Eagles jerseys and everything for me. So, to me, I got to use my influence, not to sell cars, not to, bring people into the dealership, but to actually, help the community that supports me. So, you know, I wanted to support the
How
community.
big did that turn out because of your?
It was huge. It was huge. Yeah. I mean, I want to feel like I did a, you know, a small part of it. And,
But no, but here's the thing. This is not. I'm not doing this to brag. There's a reason. So tell the truth. How big did it get?
It got huge. I mean,
There wasn't like the news. There's thousands. There's news crews and all thing like that.
Absolutely.
So here's my point, folks. On a couple different levels, we've got also. I want to bring attention to my friend over here. Stay there, brother. So my friend over here, John Luciano, is the GSM of RK Chevrolet. And so RK Chevrolet, there's a couple things. We've never made this public, but I'm going to do it right now. Remember what I came back from NADA, and I said to you, I said somebody came up to me, and they had a problem. A young girl was, you know, had cancer as well, and she didn't have any transportation. And this might sound crazy, but we couldn't find a freaking minivan. They were looking for like a minivan. So it was Dealer Synergy, it was RK Chevrolet, Route 4 Cars, and Tim Castleoff from Tennessee, and we had to find the vehicle there. We all chipped in, and we used our network to turn around and find a vehicle, and we gave this poor girl, you know, her family a minivan. She wound up passing away, but you know, she got to go to her treatments or whatever. So we were able to help. Does that make sense? And the other thing that they do, what I'm really proud to announce, is that out of the 3,000 Chevy dealerships in the country, RK is the #1 Chevy dealership in the United States for making strides for breast cancer. How much money have you guys raised in the last 4 years?
Almost 300,000.
Okay. How important is, you know, like, because you guys posted on social media, you brought, with me and my wife the last couple of years, we've been going, running with you guys, or walking. She runs, I walk, you know. But would you say that being able to post those community things, it's not at all, you see that man, he was not faking, he's not going to get choked up, you know, he didn't want to even talk about it. Because it's personal, he's doing it from his heart. So you've got to stop the misconstrued, oh, I don't want to broadcast it. No, you should, because you have a platform. You could bring awareness. Because of his awareness, there was thousands of people, freaking news crews. It's mind-blowing. That's the power of social media. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's not just about selling cars. You are part of the community. Sales is a relationship business. Sales is a relationship business. You've got to sincerely, genuinely, want to love your clients and your prospects. And it would be irresponsible if you had a massive platform. I mean, for the love of God, the Bob Moore Auto Group, you've got 14 rooftops. You've got massive social power. You've got a big platform to help the community. Does that make sense? Now, who believes here that you know, sales is a relationship business? Okay, there you go. And if that's the case, then there's two things that you need to turn around and totally become a cyborg with. I mean, fuse into your soul. CRM, because the damn middle letter stands for relationships. But yet we don't use CRMs the right way. And social media. The word social is about what? Relationships, right or wrong. Right. So again, if you believe that car sales is a people business, it's about relationships, it's about community, then you have to really internalize both CRM and social media. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so I wanted to say, on behalf of everybody thinking this, what you do is inspiring, and don't stop. Just keep it going, brother. So can we? I'm gonna show people this. So this is what I do. I'm gonna pretend like I'm at your dealerships because I've done this before, and I talk about him, and then I say, okay, look at this. His stuff. There's one that I go to this first because it's just something cool that I've never seen anybody else do. Okay, you see that? That looks really professional. That's his. That's not the dealership step and repeat. That's his. It says Frank Crinite. It says hashtag Frank's fans. Do you understand that? And he's got a freaking velvet red rope VIP. This is new. I didn't see that before. That's pretty freaking cool. That's the number of units.
Yeah, we just got to put your business in there.
What?
You know, welcome to Piazza.
He's got red carpet. He's making them feel like they turn around and it's special. So talk to us about the strategy that you had here for that, because I think it's brilliant.
People always say you should have your own dealership. You have your own dealership. Okay, that's great. Well, you need, to get a Honda dealership, I don't know how many $50 million you need to bank. So to me, I took it as a mental state. So, I treat it like it is my own dealership all day. Because the Piazzas, they just pay for the inventory, they pay for the staff, they pay for everything that I need every day, and I don't have to worry about the tax liability. So every day I go to Frank Crinite Honda, sponsored by Piazzas, and I treat my clients like I was the owner of the business. I don't turn over a problem to a manager or you know, say just go over and talk to service. My phone's been dinging and ringing all day. You know, people, hey, I got a nail in my tire. Great, no problem. You know, I'll text into the service department. Hey, George, can you do me a favor today? I'm not out of the office. Can you call, you know, such and such? I got a problem. I need it handled. You know, so I'm kind of the hands-on of everything. I don't want my clients going anywhere. I don't want them for service to think, hey, they bought a Toyota, they can't bring it here. Go down to, you know, the X Toyota dealership down the street. Bring it here. We'll take it to Toyota if there's a problem. We'll never tell them we're taking Toyota, but bring it in. We'll take it to Toyota for you. I don't want them out of my grasp. So I treat it like it's my own dealership every day. When I walk in, I got the blinders on and I'm ready to go. I'm focused and you know.
Do your people like this? Like they're getting the velvet ropes?
Yeah, it's great. So that's actually behind the finance office. There's like there's a hallway behind the finance office. So the whole time you're sitting there doing your paperwork, you know, you're sitting there, you're staring at your name in the little box over there, and you know Frank's fans, and you know you're genuinely keeping that excitement about the whole thing. Wow, we get to get my picture. People get dressed up to come on. Like they feel like they're actually on like a reality show or something like that. You know, you actually get dressed up, you come on, you know, take your picture. Not many people, a lot of times, get 100 likes, but you come on, you know, with their post, they come on, they get 100.
Can you slow down
100
for a
likes,
second?
50 shares.
I'm gonna throw a shot because we got people from Kentucky here. We're from up north.
Yeah.
Just mess with you. So listen, no, seriously, I want to slow down for a second because you're dropping bombs like crazy. I want to ask you the question: process. How do you turn around and set up to say, hey, come take a picture? Because some people don't do this because they're like, they don't do that. I think that you should take pictures or videos of everyone.
I walk in, you
after
got to make
delivery-
light of the situation. After delivery, they're staring at the thing. I walk in, it's picture time, let's go. And, you know, some people say, you know, I don't want to do it. And then, you know, I'll say, come on. And they're like, okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? That's just a natural reaction. You know, is I don't want to do it. That's everybody's natural reaction. You know, you walk up to somebody, can I help you? No, I'm just looking. Okay, great. What are you looking for? You know, something new or used. You want to start with you want to have something. It's everybody's natural reaction to fight.
So you take it off your phone, the picture?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take it off there. Do you tag them? Or what do you do?
Well, the first thing I said, the worst part about this whole process is now you got to be my Facebook friend, you know, and they'll laugh about it. And great, so
Smart. Ooh.
Yes.
So okay, cool. So the way that he sets it up, he asks them, and then say that part, the
Yeah.
worst I can.
So the worst part of this whole thing is, you know, Sean, now you got to be my Facebook friend. Oh, we would love to be your Facebook friend. That's awesome. You did a great job for us and everything. And yeah, great. So, you know, actually, most of the time I'll go into their phone and put my information.
I love that.
Because they're going to have their phone out and say, "We take a picture of my phone." I said, "No, I'm going to post it, and you're going to be on there, and I'll send you the picture anyway." So, you know, we'll take the picture. We'll make sure we tag that person.
Yo, like a boss, let me get your phone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. I love that.
Well, most people have their phones out all the time
Yes.
anyway, so they're going to be on it. So instead of me requesting you, and maybe you know you don't accept my request, if you just log on to their phone and put in Frank Crinite, boom, come up, you know, and I can just accept you, tag you in there, and we have fun with it. You know, we'll do sometimes we'll do funny pictures. You know, people jumping up and down or whatnot. You got to make it fun. It can't just be boring. You know, it may be boring for you because you do this every day. But it's not boring for the client because they don't buy cars every day. So you need to make it fire for them. You need to make it an excitement so they're going to remember. So, you know, if they go buy a car, the last time they bought a car, nobody ever did this for them. You know, now so they're doing it. They're on Facebook. And the thing that really, you know, sparked it in my head was, okay, so Facebook has that thing every say is your memory. So every single year,
Yes.
now that memory pops up on my Facebook feed, and it pops up on their Facebook feed too. So instead of just sending that blanket email of, you know, happy anniversary your car or happy birthday, I have your picture. I'm going to send it in an instant message. Hey, remember last year? This was us. Just
Come on, round of applause for that one. That's strong.
So you need to find ways to keep in constant contact with everybody, and social media is a way to keep in constant contact with everybody, but you have to be doing it in ways that people will remember you. You know, I have friends that I'm on social media with and I grew up with, and I still have no idea what they do for a living. Some of these guys own their own businesses. Some of these girls own their own businesses, and that's their fault. It's not my fault for not knowing. It's their fault for not putting themselves out there, having the balls to be able to put themselves out there. In a live stream, I used to try to do videos, and I would just do like take 9, take 12. I'm like, man, screw this, I can't do this. I just grab a phone and I just go live.
Yes.
And we're just going to talk, and it's going to, what I'm trying to say is going to come out eventually, but I can't, I'm not a guy, so, you know, everybody sit there and you'll try to do your video, and I'll just, I messed it up, do it again, mess it up, do it again. So
Just talk.
I can't do this, just talk, just Just go, boom, you're on camera.
That's what you do for a living. You
and just
talk
go.
all day long.
Right.
You talk.
Right. You'll fumble through the first couple of times. You'll get the nerves. Everybody has a little bit of nerves. You'll get through it. And just talk through it.
Couple questions for you. What social media are you active on besides Facebook?
I need to step my Instagram game up because that is where all my sister's friends are. You know,
yes,
like all
yes.
the 20-some-year-olds
Yeah.
and everything. So. Not that I don't have a big following on Facebook and everything, but I noticed a trend of, hey, you know, when I would say, you know, the worst part about this is even my Facebook friend, and they would look at me, you know.
Our daughters.
They're not really on Facebook.
Our daughters
Why?
say it's
Because
for
their
older
parents
people.
are on
Exactly. That's the
Facebook.
same. Exactly. That's what our kids say.
So Instagram, I'm not really a Snapchatter. I don't think I could ever get into that. I'm not really even sure what Snapchat does. So, you know, I guess I'm this internet guy, but I don't know, or social media, but I don't really know too much about that. Instagram's great because you can just scroll through a billion pictures and it tells a story. So you need to be short and concise and to the point. People's ADD is like that anymore. So if you can't get across what you're trying to say to them quickly, you need to do it redundantly every single time so that your name stays out there all the time. So my name gets tagged probably, my phone's probably got all these notifications and everything that are on my thing are probably people tagging me in all these groups that I'm in, mainline parenting, media, media citizens, whatever. Somebody asked a question about a car, my name gets tagged 407 times. The word track is when everybody comes in, hey Frank, I was referred to you by, I just say how many people, and they're like 37. You know, so it's you need to get your name out there. Is really what it is, and keep your name out there with social media. And if you're not doing it nowadays, then I'm not saying you don't have a part in the business, because just as a contractor would need, you know, still needs a regular hammer and a regular screwdriver, but he's got a power drill and he's got a nail gun. So, you know, you still need those little tools in there, you know, those salesmen in your group. But I wouldn't be proactively hiring those people if they didn't have the skills to use a nail gun or use a power drill at this point.
Couple of questions for you. One is, how important do you think it is? Talk to the executive managers here and the directors. How important is it that they go back to their dealerships with the message of like, you need to start being really proactive with social media, get organized, help give your people resources, training, and if you don't know it yourself as a GM or GSM, how important is it for them to go back and spread it?
Well, that's the key. So I'm not saying that somebody that has been in the business for 40 years or however long you've been in the business, not saying that you don't know how to utilize your social media, but a lot of people don't, because they don't post. You know, they don't actually go on and do it. It'd be like you criticizing an internet site, but you never actually went on that internet site. You never actually put in a lead through that internet site. You actually have to see how it works for you, so you can explain to others how it should work. So a lot of people don't know. The guy that's in there, he's got a Facebook. Damien, he's my business manager. He doesn't even know how to use it. I don't even think he has a profile picture up. You know what I mean? That's just the way he is. But he likes to be on Facebook and everything. But he couldn't teach. You know, he's been in the business 35, 40 years. He couldn't teach how to, you know, post a video and everything. So you need to find somebody who's actually doing it and doing it the right way to be able to guide you.
Stop
through.
right there. That's why, how many people, my clients here, that you know who Frank was, because I went to your dealership and showed him before, that you know, nobody here. Josh? Yeah. Okay, so that's one. Mark, I know personally I've showed you him. You don't get shy, he's there, okay? And then John, for your store, I've showed you Frank, with Jim G, the dealer principal. Jason, you know damn well that you know who Frank is, or have you. He's also in the group. So there's, I don't know why they're shy or whatever, but there's at least 5 of my clients in here I personally showed him, because exactly what he said. You want to follow people that are successful at this stuff. Here's the other thing. You should be in groups. Do you understand me? You should be in like all the automotive groups. Again, like Cellcology from Jonathan Dawson, like Shaka Dyson's F&I, 20 group. And in our group. So I don't know if everybody here knows, but we have a Facebook group called the Millionaire Car Salesman Group, and this type of stuff is being live streamed in there. So when you find somebody like a Frank, or you find somebody like a Bill Have, because he does some things right, that I like a lot. You find something from Ali, again, don't turn on and take everything for verbatim. Turn on and study his Facebook page. Just go through it. Just go through it and look at all the stuff, and you're going to get inspired by things. Make sense? So don't just turn on and live in the cave that you're at the dealership. Go where everybody's at. Between those 3 groups, there's 30,000 automotive professionals that are there. I'm sure some of them are doing this stuff right. And guess what? If there are Facebook groups, all you have to do is click the button, it goes to their profile, right or wrong. All right, so I'm now going to return the favor.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to turn on and provide value for you on social media.
Great.
So come sit down
Yeah,
and see what you
absolutely.
do.
Thank you.
But I'm not going to.